Kia ora everybody and welcome back to Pulman Park here in Takanini for day 2 of your National Secondary Schools tournament here with New Zealand Rugby League. And what a matchup we're about to see in front of us. The boys Premiership semi-final, a repeat of last year's national final. St Thomas at Canterbury College taking on St Paul's College from Auckland. St Thomas at Canterbury going through pool play undefeated. We saw them play De La Salle this morning and get a good victory up over them. And St Paul's College undefeated yesterday. And in their matchup against Rotorua boys this morning, they suffered what some would say is a bit of an upset loss, 22 points to 18. Ended up going through their pool second. And that's how they're playing St Thomas of Canterbury here today. And just like we touched on the repeat of last year's national final, where we saw St Thomas win their first ever national secondary school title and the first non-Auckland school to win it in a very, very long time. And no doubt St Thomas will be wanting to repeat that effort here again this year. My name is Joseph Green, taking you through all the action and what's about to be one of the best matches of schoolboy rugby league you will see in this country this year, as St Thomas at Canterbury and front of your screen, playing right to left, St Paul's College will have first touch of the football here in the semi-final, with the other semi-final playing out on field 4. With Rotorua boys taking on De La Salle College in that one. If you want to tune into that one, then there's also a live stream for that field. However, if you're here with us over on field 1, welcome into the action. You're not going to want to miss this one, as St Thomas going through their last preparations now. Mayhana pulling to get us underway with the action here. No doubt it's going to be a tight one to call here. Neither side will want to give an inch to the other as we're underway. Kick just holding up, and Sebastian Smith, he's off early. Finds some space on the outside of the St Thomas defence. He takes on Pauling himself. He might go all the way. Does he go all the way? Not quite. He goes into touch. What a start. Holy heck. 30 seconds in and we nearly go the length of the field. What a try saver there from Mayhana Pauling to force Sebastian Smith to go wide. And he ends up going into touch just before dotting it down, and St Thomas got to work their way out of their end. What an absolute opener of 30 seconds. And just as we say that, St Paul's come up with an error. You could not script this any better. What an opening minute of semi-finals rugby league here at National Secondary Schools. St Paul's now 15 metres out from the St Thomas try line. If you've just seen that minute of action there, then you are in for a treat, as Herd Pickering receives the ball off the scrum, finds Purcell's fullback. Late footwork there at the line and gets taken well in contact there from Bishop Neal. Was an absolute standout this morning. Was Bishop Neal. A couple of highlight plays, which you'll probably see on TikTok later as well. Gordon R4 getting driven back there from a St Thomas defence. Does well to hold onto the ball. Through big contact there from Sula and Savia. Follow that up by Waka Tate. As they go close to the try lines, Yosua in a dummy half finds Gordon R4. Ends up having to take it himself. And met strongly there by Bishop Neal. And what some would say is his twin brother, Zeke Whangayeti. Yosua plays out the back to Hugh Pickering, plays short into Panasua. And getting in towards the back end of the set. No one at dummy half. Purcell rushes in. Doesn't quite go to hand for Yosua. Belchin ends up with the ball in his hands. And that's the end of their set there. Great defence here from St Thomas down the end of the field. Exactly the kind of start they'll want to start this game. And now St Thomas at Canterbury. Got to work their way out of their own end now. About 8 metres out from their own try line. And some big contact first up there from Gordon Arfoa, as well as Waka Tate. And a great carry here from Xavier Lynch to get them started over the 20-metre line. This is going to be an absolute humdinger of a clash here. Great carry there from Bishop Neal. Was a standout in the game against De La Salle this morning. Mike Asula following up with another carry here as well. Referee just asking him to play it on the mark for Mike Asula. Xavier at dummy half finds Whanga Yeti. Getting into the back end of the set now, Xavier finds Pookie Vincent out the back and puts it up to the sky. Dawdles along the ground and we end up in the hands. Of the St. Paul's outside backs, working up towards the 40-metre line. A great start there from Alexander Pua, and Compton Purcell storming onto the ball, crosses the halfway line. A great start to this set here from Pua and Compton Purcell. AJ Beltran running off the back of that. Probably not as many minutes as he would have loved to have got there for AJ Beltran, but Yosua in at dummy half finds Sebastian Smith. Doesn't quite break through the defense there either and takes it himself. Yosua plays to AJ Beltran, takes it himself and leading into the back end of the set. They want to get a good kick away here. They go left to Sebastian Smith, dinks it over the defensive line. Mayana Pauling just manages to get a hold on it. And referee Daryl Mataisi finding a penalty there. Couple of extra pushes there from both players. You can just see how passionate both sides will be, especially at the pointy end of the tournament when there's a lot riding on this game here. But what a start. Both sides going tit for tat. And St. Thomas getting a penalty for a bit of high contact there. And they want to work their way up the field now. Xavier Lynch getting us back underway. Finding Xavier Rewiti. Getting them up over the 40-metre line. Massive start to this set here. Lennox Soiloma getting another good carry in here as well. A quick play the ball there as well for Isaiah Xavier to take it himself for. And some strong work there from Waka Tate. Toiloma filling in at dummy half for the meantime. Finds Elio, plays it onto Pauling, then onto Bishop Neal. Tries to get an offload away. Ricochets off a couple of players and ends up in the hands of Jackson Stewart. And they'll work back towards the middle of the field now. Bishop Neal, it's an absolute monster for a 15-year-old. Gets the offload away to Jackson Stewart. They've done well to hold him up. About 10 metres out from their try line, and they'll look to get to the kick here. They get to Vincent. Grubbers it in behind the St. Paul's line. Purcell doesn't get to it the first time. And still manages to get to it the second time. And referee says that he's grounded the ball in the end goal, so we're going to see a repeat set for St. Thomas down the centre of the field. A cracker of a start for our semi-final. A great set there from St. Thomas, just working their way back up the field. No doubt it's going to be a high-octane clash here between St. Thomas and St. Paul's. A repeat of last year's national final. With either side yet to score, as we see Herb Pickering with a very long dropout. And it's still going 80 metres on the bounce. We've seen some freaks of nature this weekend, both athletically and with a kick like that as well. What a way to start their set. And St. Thomas just trying to go too quickly on that occasion. Not to play the ball that Ramsey Sulla would have wanted coming out of their end. Gives away an error, and St. Paul's off the back of a massive dropout there from Tyrone Herb Pickering. Force an error, and they get possession of a 30 metres out from the St. Thomas try line. As we see Sebastian Smith just wanting to feed the scrum now, and they bring the ball back into play through Davidson Vayuasu. Bit of extra loving in that play the ball. Plays allowed to continue now through Belchin. And a great strong tackle there from the likes of Lennox Tuiloma and Zeke Whanga Yeti. Yosua out of dummy half place to Waka Tate. Xavier Rewiti flying out of the line to be a bit of a speed bump there. They find her Pickering. He drops under, that's Panasua. You can see him barking orders here to his right channel. And that's where they go again. Her Pickering plays out the back to Purcell. There's a bit of space on the outside for Compton Purcell to break through. And St. Paul's strike first on the board here in this boys Premiership semi-final. Just pure pace coming off the back. A great shape here from Compton Purcell. Just great work from Tyrone Pickering there to take it deep into the line. Plays the right option there. Compton Purcell just storming around the back. He's got pace to burn, does Purcell. Plays the right option and takes it himself. And he breaks through after 8 minutes. What a start. The start to the semi-final we've had so far. A great clash between both sides. And as we'll no doubt see over the remaining 30 minutes of this matchup, this game could go either way. And both these sides just scattered with talent when you look at the St. Paul side as well. Adding in the likes. After we saw yesterday, you add in on top of that Romana Fitzgerald and Noah Hetutu Davis into that squad as well. Both players very talented forwards for the St. Paul's College. Forward pack as Hugh Pickering moves in and gets a good strike on it. Just hits the upright. And St. Paul strike first after. Just as we work up to the halfway mark of this first half, St. Paul's College leading 4 points to nil over St. Thomas of Canterbury. And a massive effort here for St. Thomas to try and limit the momentum that St. Thomas of Canterbury have over the semi-final at the moment. As we're about to get back under the way off the boot of Cristiano Elia. Another young fella as well, still only 15 years old. So great to see St. Thomas starting to blood in some of the younger players as we see. A great carry to start their set there from Sosefo. And then Wakatate working off the back of that. A great play here for their side. Yosua in the dummy half finds Belchin. Looks to play to Gordon forward, but ends up taking it himself. Probably the smarter option there as they work up towards the halfway line. A cheeky bit of a hand on ball there from Bishop Neal, but it's allowed to continue. And her Pickering drops under Lucky Carly. Another one with pace to burn in the St. Paul's outside backs. And Gordon forward back towards the middle of the field. Nearly got the pass away to Belchin, but manages to hold on to it. As we get towards the last tackle of the set now, and Yosua gets it away to her Pickering, throws her early ball to Lucky Carly, who gets an offload away somehow, gets it away to Billy Bass. Tries to get a kick to it. Is that a knock on there from Sua? Referee agrees with that one. So we'll see. I play the ball here for St. Thomas of Canterbury. Work their way back up the field now. And you can see why these two schools are near the top of secondary school rugby league here in New Zealand. A number of talented players. And a very good skill level here in the semi-final so far as we see Pauling in at dummy half finds Jackson Stewart. No doubt we'll probably see him in action for Canterbury at some stage through the rep season. There's another good carry there from Xavier Lynch. They find Lennox Tuiloma, who was very energetic in their game against De La Salle this morning. He gets an offload away to Pauling, up towards the halfway line now. And trying to get a kick away. AJ Belchin a bit too early on that one there. As they get to their kick away, they let it bounce. And unfortunately, it goes forward there off Ramsey Sulla. Big contact there on Compton Purcell from Xavier Lynch. Plays allowed to continue there. They'll want to start working their way back up the field here now. Will St. Paul's. Whaiuaso gets it away. Bit of ad-lib football here from St. Paul's. Gets it away to Panasua. He thought he broke away from that tackle. Referee Mataiti says not quite. Got to go back and play it. They work back towards the middle here now through Gordon Afua. A talented forward here is Gordon Afua. Gets through his work. Doesn't complain about anything. They go right. Lucky Carly holds on to the football, but doesn't quite hold on to it that time. And a knock on there from Lucky Carly for St. Paul's. We'll see a St. Thomas scrum down here. Just over 40 metres out from St. Thomas's own try line. And a great effort there to hold on to the football. Initially there from Lucky Carly. Doesn't quite hold on to it the second occasion. St. Thomas will want to start looking to execute here now. They're getting towards the back end of this first half. And with St. Thomas yet to score on the scoreboard, they want to start looking at what the options are as Lennox Tuiloma takes it off the back of the scrum and gets an offload away to Vincent. Great tackle there from Sam Joshua to stop him in his tracks. Pauling takes a carry off the back of that as well. Getting through a lot of work at the moment is Mayana Pauling for the St. Thomas side. Savia at a dummy half. Gets them up towards the 30-metre line and a quick play the ball off the back of that too. Tuiloma finds Zeke Whangayeti. Gets the offload away to Jackson Stewart, but it travels a few metres forward and St. Paul's College will get a full set of 7 here to work their way out of there. And Compton Purcell with a good carry. It's met by good contact there from Mike Osula and Davidson Whaiuaso. Just good to see St. Paul's going about their roles. And Billy Bass coming in for a good carry as well. But when you compare the size of him between Billy Bass and Bishop Neal comes up with a bit of a victory on that one. Forcing an error there from St. Paul's. And St. Thomas get a scrum. And the St. Paul's into the field, 40 metres out from the try line. As you see, St. Thomas just starting to pack down their scrum now. Will be crucial here inside this last 4.5 minutes for St. Thomas. They start executing now. They find Jackson Stewart. Stopped well in his tracks there from Whitiora, as well as Stephen Moala. And Savia at a dummy half. Another good carry for him. He's been busy on both sides of the ball as well. As I say, Isaiah Savia, another member of that Warriors side, won Howard Matthews Premiership at the start of the year. Zeke Whangayeti with another good carry. As they look shaped to go left, but before they go left, they give away a penalty for hand on ball. You could just see there, Stephen Moala just with a grip around the ball. Just trying to slow down the play of the ball as much as they could. And they give away a penalty, but now St. Thomas with another opportunity here, and they go through Mike Osula to start with. They were shaped up to go left before, so be interesting to see if they come back this way with a few bodies lying around. Isaiah Savia goes close. And the referee likes it, so it must be close enough. And St. Thomas opens the scoreboard. St. Thomas to Canterbury. Strike back there through Isaiah Savia. The referee liked it and thought he got to the line. And that opens up the account for St. Thomas. Locking up the game, 4 points apiece. As we inch ever so closely.
Wonderful to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your ongoing support. Just a reminder, the referee was closer than you. By all means.
And a great little reminder there in the background from our ground announcer. Can sit all cozy up here in the commentary box, but at the end of the day, the referee's the one down on the field making the decision. So we're locked up 4 points apiece, heading into the final 2 minutes of this first half here in the boys' semi-final between St Thomas and Canterbury and St Paul's College. Lautasi Etuali adding the extras for St Thomas. 6 points to 4 they currently lead over St Paul's College. As we take a quick look to the semi-final on the other field to give you a bit of an update. And as we have a look at the Rotorua boys taking on De La Salle College, with 2 minutes left in that clash as well. De La Salle College up 10 points to 4 over Rotorua boys. As we near half-time in this one as well, into the last 90 seconds, a bit of a wobble at the back. And the referee says it's a knock-on and goal. A costly error there from St Thomas and Canterbury. So it's going to be a scrum down 2. Is it going to be a scrum? Looked as though the knock-on might have been in goal, so I'm wondering whether we may go with a goal line dropout here. And indeed we do. Just a bit of miscommunication there between Mokasula and the rest of their teammates as well for St Thomas. So going to be a tough effort here for St Thomas to close out the half. Close out the half on a high as we see Wakate bringing the ball back up the field. And a great opportunity here for St Paul's to go into the halftime break on a high. Yasua out at dummy half finds Belchin. Filled in at hooker yesterday, but finding a more natural home at the 13 jumper as of late, and that's where he plays today. Hugh Pickering takes it himself as we hear the hooter go in the background. And they couldn't quite get it done there with St Paul's, so St Thomas and Canterbury head into the halftime break, 6 points to 4. Up over St Paul's College. And what an absolute cracking first half. We'll take a quick break. And no doubt we'll see more fireworks in the second half here at our National Secondary Schools Tournament in Bruce Pulman Park.
Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec, we'll keep you operating.
Kia ora. Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
This is some story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
Tangata whenua Aotearoa e tū, e te tai tokerau e tū, Hokianga kuikui e tū. New Zealand stand up, this is our time.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to our Premiership semi-final here at the National Secondary Schools Tournament. St Thomas currently leading us 6 points to 4 as we get back underway with the action, and a great carry there from Toby Gibson to get us started. Lennox Tuiloma with another energetic carry here, getting them up towards halfway. Bishop Neal getting an offload there, back to Tuiloma. And some great work here from St Thomas to get them up towards the St Paul's end as they get towards the back end of the set, exactly how they would have been wanting to start coming out of half-time. Whilst they're up on the scoreboard, probably not the best half that we've seen from St Thomas, and no doubt Coach Owi Matangi would have given them a bit of motivation to get up here in the second half as we see Compton Purcell work out of the end goal and get away to Davidson Whaiuaso through her Pickering, and working over the 10 metre line again, just does enough to hold on to the football there. You could see he was holding it by a thread. Sebastian Smith down the blind side, gets it away to Alexander Pua. Just puts a foot in touch. There was space there, but he just come undone. Puts a foot in touch, does Alexander Pua, and gives St Thomas an opportunity here to strike early. Early in the second half here. And Toby Gibson to get us back underway here at Bruce Pulman Park in the second half of your Premiership semi-final between St Thomas of Canterbury. Taking on St Paul's is Whangayeti, carries it up over the 20 metre line. Elia plays out the back to Pauling. Jenkinson drives, doesn't quite get past her Pickering. And Jackson Stewart working up all the way. Bishop Neal goes close, not quite close enough. Isaiah Xavier in at dummy half. Point gets it back to Toby Gibson. Exactly the start that Andrew Owi-Matangi would have wanted for a St Thomas side. Toby Gibson barges over from close range. Extends their lead, 6 points to 4. Inside the first 3 minutes of the semi-final, and what a start. We just mentioned that as much as they were up at the half-time break, probably wasn't the greatest half of footy that they've had. And St Paul's finding themselves on the back foot again. And no doubt Cristiano Elia will look to add the extra points here to extend that lead out to 8 over a St Paul side who no doubt after leaking early points they want to regroup after that try and get themselves going again. As we see Tasia Tualu lining up for the conversion. As he moves in, can still see that strong wind in the background, and it pushes it over. Tasi Tuali adding the extras to that one. St. Thomas. The Canterbury leading 12 points to 4 over St. Paul's. Still early on in the second half, so a lot of football to be played between now and the end of the half. And no doubt Tyrone Hugh Pickering will look to factor in the win here. It's starting to push down a little bit more as we lead in towards the back end of the day here. We get back underway through Hugh Pickering, starting to hold up a bit. Pauling takes a well and Whangaeti off the back feds. Massive carry there into contact from Panasua. And off the back of that carry, Toby Gibson follows it up, getting them up towards the 40-metre line of their own half. And Lennox Tuiloma getting them up towards the 50. He's been massive for the St. Thomas side, and just as we give him a wrap, produces a bit of a messy play the ball on that occasion. Comes up with an error, and St. Paul's will get a hold of the football about 46 out from the St. Thomas try line. And at halftime of the other semi-final over on field 4 was 14 points to 4 De La Salle over to Turua Boys High School. So no doubt there'll be a massive second half over on that field as well as we get back underway. Here with Sebastian Smith taking it himself for St. Paul's. And just working back through the middle, this time through Wakatate. He's got him through a lot of work in that first half as Wakatate. No doubt he'll be massive for St. Paul's effort in the second half as well. Early ball out to Sua. Compton Purcell slips over but gets it up and goes again. Compton Purcell with speed to burn. Does he hold onto the footy there? No, he doesn't. And he went close, but doesn't manage to hold onto the football at the last moment. And they come away with an error on that occasion. And St. Thomas will get the ball back 10 metres out from their own try line. And that'll be a massive mental win for the St. Thomas of Canterbury side as well. Working their way back up the field as we see the ball come to Mayhana Pauling. Big contact there first up from Sebastian Smith and Stephen Moala. Couple of extra love taps here from Stephen Moala as well. We love to see it. Ramsey Sula start getting through a bit of work as well, and Savia takes another carry out of dummy half as well. Gets an offload away for his liking to Tui Loma. Finds a bit of space to the outside. He's got a bit of go about him as Tui Loma. Really starting to work their way up the field now as St. Thomas, and exactly the kind of carry they would have needed. They're working back towards the middle now through Savia. Finds Toby Gibson. Bit of a hop and a skip and a jump and settles their attack. There's Savia out of dummy half again. Gets around Wakatate at marker. A great tackle there from Boucher, but a quick play the ball. Gibson in a dummy half. Finds Bishop Neal. And to last tackle. Gets away to Gibson. But doesn't quite go to hand for Toby. So St. Paul's will get 7 tackles to work up the field here. And that'll be a win for St. Paul's as well. They would have wanted to hold them out here. Plays allowed to continue after that one. Bit of extra loving there on that tackle on AJ Belchin. And referee Mataiti says it's a little bit too dangerous there from Isaiah Savia. So exactly what St. Paul's will need at this point of the game. No doubt Hugh Pickering will find their way up the field, and that he does. Doesn't quite find touch though. So Tashi Etuali brings him back up over the halfway line. And Toby Gordy will bring them back over the 40-metre line. And St. Thomas, a great chance here to find themselves up towards the St. Paul's try line, and maybe another chance to extend the lead here to St. Thomas. as they find Bishop Neal. Looks like he's moved in towards the middle of the park now after starting in the back row. We saw the crazy offload from him in their first up game against Arcel as they play off the back. Pauling finds it out to Lynch. Lynch over to Ramsey Sulla. Lynch probably could have taken it himself had he held onto the football, but they end up staying in the field of play, and Lynch feeds it off the back to Vincent. Tries to get a grubber through behind, but well taken there from Stephen Moala. Shrugs him off as well for a bit of a don't argue. And now Stephen Moala. So it looks as though it might be a bit hurt from that one. And not what we want to see at the pointy end of the tournament as well. A long couple of days for the sides, playing two games across the day, and especially with these sides playing their second game of today as well. And when you add in the magnitude of semi-finals football at a national tournament as well, it's a tough ask on the body, but no doubt the lads will do themselves a good job as we see Stephen Moala just start to get himself back up now. And doesn't look as though he's going to carry on. So we'll get his replacement on, and hopefully Stephen Moala's okay after that one. As we get play back underway through Belchin. Davidson Fa'aiuaso comes in for a carry as well. Be really crucial for some of the St. Paul's outside backs to come in and alleviate some of the work through the middle as well. That time they go through Howley Putty. They want to get a quick play of the ball as well and play off the back of that. Her Pickering finds Panasua. Just settles the carry there, and a nice little run from Ata Panasua, who will definitely be leading from the front. Purcell down the short side. Doesn't quite get through the defensive area. And leading into the back end of the set, they want to get to a kick. Is inside the 40ers, Her Pickering. He got a 40-20 yesterday. We don't quite see it on that attempt, and Pauling's there to take it up. And a great lay footwork here at the line. Gets them up over the 40 to start their set. And Tuiluma filling in at dummy half. Finds Ramsey Sulla. Breaks through the defense there of Gordon Afua. And they've got a lot of momentum now. Have St. Thomas there. Starting to hold the St. Paul side down their own end. Making them kick from inside their own 40. And then getting the best field position to work their way up the field. A great carry from Jackson Stewart. As Xavier fills in at dummy half, gets it to Tuiluma. Dummies, Bishop Neal, and takes it himself. A quick play, the ball off the back of that. He'll want to get it to Neal, and he does. He breaks through a couple of tackles. Bishop Neal, yet again, just pulls off something miraculous. Tell me how the kid is 15 and doing things like that. Bishop Neal crosses the line yet again for St. Thomas at Canterbury. And that extends their lead, 16 points to 4, as we work towards the last 8 minutes of the semi-final here. And St. Thomas find themselves on the front foot of this matchup. And St. Paul's, no doubt they'll be regrouping here and hoping that that's not the last of their efforts that they can put out. But St. Thomas at Canterbury, running with all the momentum at the moment, finding the front foot on everything, and as they work in towards the back end of the semi-final here at Pulman Park. And as we work in towards the back end of our day, 2 more games to follow up after this one. Next up, at 3 p.m. on our field, we'll see Te Wharekura o Rakomanga playing in the Boys Championship semi-final, and they'll take on Westlake Boys High in the semi-final of that one at 3 o'clock. So more action to come across our day as Tasi Etuale moves in, strikes it well, and the flags are up, adding the extras for St. Thomas at Canterbury. 18 points to 4. They lead over St. Paul's College, and St. Paul's are just going to need start pulling something out of the hat now. Gonna need to start looking a bit unorthodox and maybe try something different here in order to get themselves back on the front foot. Maybe a hint of going short as we see the game get back in the way. And it holds up in the wind, and a great take there from Xavier Lynch. Starting to see 30 metres out from their own try line is St. Thomas. A good carry there through the middle of the park through Mike Kasula. They're halfway, just crossing the halfway mark now. As St. Thomas, Isaiah Xavier gets an offload away after that one and Pauling. But ad-lib football, but well taken there from Panasua. And Xavier back in at dummy half now, gets it to Vincent, drops under his back row, and Xavier there with you. Just has enough time to drift across the field and goes toe-to-toe with Gordon R4. And Xavier just looks to go left now, finds Jackson Stewart, who finds Gordon on the outside of him. And they want to get to their kick now. Here is St. Thomas as they get it back to Elia. Elia grubbles it through. Big chase there from Elia as well as Bishop Neal and Gordy. And now St. Paul's under a world of pressure here down this end. They want to get out of their own end, give themselves any chance of mounting a comeback in the semi-final of the National Secondary Schools Tournament. Davidson Whaiuaso coming in for a carry as well. It's a massive effort here for St. Paul's. Goes to Alexander Pua, just backs himself and goes all the way. Manages to lose position backwards as the referee says, so play's going to continue. And now we see Devante Harole-Pati get through a carry as well. And Yosua in the dummy half gets it to Pickering, gets early ball to Sua. And the pass from Sua out to a centre, and Lucky Kali doesn't quite go the way it needs to. Bit of eyes up football there from St. Paul's, trying to run it on last play coming out of their end. But doesn't go direction that they need to. And St. Thomas, 22 odd metres out from the St. Paul's try line. And a chance here to ice the game and book themselves a spot in tomorrow's grand final tomorrow afternoon. A good carry to start their set there from Jackson Stewart, as you see them work back towards the middle now from Tuiloma to Neal. Bishop Neal drifting across, gets away to Sulla, gets it away to Xavier Lynch. Ramsey Sulla out on the right edge. Could that be the game? Ramsey Sulla diving over in the corner, holds on to the lead and extends it a bit further. St. Thomas at Canterbury, 22 points to 4. As we get towards the last 3.5 minutes of this Premiership semi-final here between St. Thomas and Canterbury, finding themselves on the front foot against St. Paul's College. And as we wait for the conversion of Lautasi Etuale for St. Thomas, we take a quick look at the other semi-final between De La Salle College and Rotorua Boys. And De La Salle bouncing back after this morning's loss to St. Thomas at Canterbury with a massive 30 points to 4 scoreline over Rotorua Boys, heading into the last few minutes of both semi-finals here at the National Secondary Schools Tournament. And what could be a rematch of this morning's showdown. We could see it yet again tomorrow afternoon in our Premiership final as we await Tasia Tuwale. Lining up the conversion here and just draining as much time as he can. And yet again the ball just falling off the tee, the wind playing a big factor, and you see Tasia Tuwale finally getting it off the post. And Tasia Tuwale with a great nudge, St Thomas of Canterbury, 24 points to 4 over St Paul's. And what a massive effort from St Thomas of Canterbury in a repeat of last year's final. Not only might they get another one over the St Paul's College, but they might do it better than they did last year. As we see them get back underway. Kicks, no doubt, about to hold up in the wind as it does. Bastian Smith jumps on it and they'll get a full set of 6 down the centre of the field. Savia ends up making the tackle there. Could have been a hint of maybe him not being square, but the referee allows it to continue, and a quick play the ball off the back of that. And big carry there from Noah Hetzer to Davis. And a couple of defenders just getting a bit too excited there and finding themselves in front of the referee's 10-metre line. So we set ourselves back up on big contact there from Xavier Lynch. Forces the ball free. And a bit of extra passion here as we're seeing in the back end of this game from Sams Joshua. A few good little bits of banter here between both St Thomas and St Paul's, but we need to make sure we keep it at just banter and nothing extra. Not long left in this semi-final now here between St Thomas and St Paul's, and St Thomas being quite convincing in the semi-final. A bit of a lapse at the back of the scrum, and they just boot it down the field, and there's going to be a big chase on here. Who's going to be the first one to get to it? As the hooter goes, Jackson Stewart breaks through. Connor Purcell dives on it, but as full time goes in this Premiership semi-final, St Thomas of Canterbury, big winners, 24 points to 4 over St Paul's College. And no doubt we'll most likely see them take on De La Salle College tomorrow afternoon.
They're able to advance through to the finals and defend their title.
Massive effort here from St Thomas of Canterbury in this Premiership semi-final. Don't go too far away, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got 2 games to get through here. Wharekura o Rakomanga taking on Westlake Boys next in our Championship semi-final. More national secondary schools action coming to you soon at Bruce Pulman Park here in Takanini.